From Amateur Radio Newsline, report number 2509, this is Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. The Amateur Radio Association of Bangladesh has been given a grant from the Yasmi Foundation to support its university-based campaign that has been bringing amateur radio to the next generation.
It's been a busy year for the Amateur Radio Association of Bangladesh, whose members have been touring 24 university campuses as part of a formal program to bring the science and the spirit of ham radio to students. The initiative recently received a grant from the Yasmi Foundation to support the ongoing educational work. In July, the association spent time with students at the University of Liberal Arts in Bangladesh, working in collaboration with the school's Adventure Club. Other campus visits included the Canadian University of Bangladesh and ZNRF University, where the students were able to experience satellite communication. In October, Stanford University Bangladesh welcomed the Amateur Club. With the help of the school's robotics club and the IEEE student branch, the amateurs presented a workshop that showcased fundamentals of RF, satellite communication, and disaster response. The not-for-profit, California-based Yasmi Foundation supports initiatives that bring amateur radio to young people, especially in developing nations, by providing grants, awards, and scholarships. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
In the U.S., yet another part of the radio spectrum is being prepared for auction.
The Federal Communications Commission is exploring reallocation of a part of the upper C-band in the U.S. In a unanimous vote at its November 20th meeting, the Commission studied a draft version of a Notice of Proposed Rulemaking, which will guide its actions going forward. The FCC will be asking broadcasters and satellite users for comment on a number of options for reallocating 4.0 through 4.2 gigahertz before it moves to the competitive bidding stage no later than July of 2027. The FCC will also be invited comment from other users of the C-band who may be using frequencies near the portion being eyed for reallocation. When the lower half of the C-band was reallocated 5 years ago, its use was assigned for wireless services. Broadcaster satellite services were moved from there to the upper half of the band. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
Whether you're a new ham or someone who's been on the air for quite some time, it's still nice to have an advocate. The Radio Society of Great Britain is looking for just that person, a volunteer with a special devotion to helping radio amateurs with disabilities.
Having a disability of any kind should not keep an amateur or would-be amateur off the air. Recognising this, the RSGB is seeking someone to fill a new volunteer role as accessibility champion. The best candidate will raise public awareness of challenges for radio operators with disabilities while connecting those amateurs with community groups, assistive technologies and other resources. The RSGB's move comes just a few weeks after the IARU Region 1 announced an upcoming activity by its Programme for Disabled Radio Amateurs. Organisers have declared a region-wide campaign on the 3rd of December in connection with the United Nations International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Hams have been encouraged to host a special event station, an open house or a relevant educational forum. Meanwhile, the RSGB is interested in hearing from candidates to fill their post. A description of the role can be found on the Society's website, rsgb.org. The contact person is Board Director Nathan Nuttall to Mike 0 Oscar Charlie Charlie. This is Jeremy Bucci for NJH.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news since 1976 at arnewsline.org. With Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, Jack Parker, W8ISH, Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.